Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? My first let's chat. I want to know what is going on with everybody. How are y'all doing? Ask any questions you may have. For the most part, I'll answer all of them. But let's go ahead and get started. Until somebody joins the video and asks a question, one of the things I will talk about is that it has been an unbelievably gorgeous day. It has been so much fun. We're going a little frantic in our house getting ready for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Ryan's first day of daycare, which means it's going to be his first day without us being with him or without one of us holding him all day for the last 3 months. So that's going to be, I'm not going to lie, that's going to be a little difficult. So, not ready for that just yet, but you got to let him go sometime, right? Let's see, next week, Logan starts his first day of second grade. So, that's kind of big for us too. Here, they break the schools up. So, kinder through, pre-K through first is one school. Second and third grade is another. Fourth and fifth is another. And then junior high. Hey, Gabby, how are you? I'm sorry that I wasn't with you guys yesterday morning. Was a little tired. We didn't go to bed until like 2, 3 o'clock this morning. So there was no way I was waking up to go running with y'all. I'm sorry about that. For those of you that don't know, for all my Andrews friends, here in Andrews, there's a new club started called the Andrews Running Club. They meet every Saturday at 6 a.m. and we go run. It is, Gabby, correct me if I'm wrong, and if Trevor's watching too, one of y'all can correct me. It is a way to bring the community together and to get people more active than where we are right now. It is a club that I fully support, that I'm hoping goes very far, because this is something that I think more communities need more of. Um, I'm hoping that with the support of my buddy Trevor, who runs Andrews Running Club, that if I ever move, we can get another club started for the same fashion. It's at least an 8 to 10 mile run every Saturday. Um, I haven't joined them the last few weeks, but it is something that is greatly needed to bring this community together. So um, there's a little promotional marketing work there for you, Trevor. I hope it works out, bud. So let's see. Gabby, since you're here, do you have any questions? I mean, like I said, this is just a time to reach out to all my friends, to chat with everybody, to answer questions about health and wellness, to get advice, or to just talk. So I really hope that you guys will join me and we can go ahead and get this thing started. You guys forgive me. It is, I think, like 96, 97 degrees outside right now, so I do have a cup of water with me. Uh, it is what it is. You know, it's just hot out here, so. Gabby, what's going on? How are things going? How did the running club go yesterday morning? Did you guys have a lot of people show up? Yes, no? Well, maybe she'll reply here in a minute. Actually, she may have left. So, um, I had something kind of cool happen yesterday. For those of you that don't know, that are chiming in, by now probably all my friends know, I've started my own business in health and wellness. And yesterday I had a comment on my page about about ingredients that were in some of the products that this particular person is looking to try. And when I told her that the ingredient wasn't there, she was actually very excited because she's allergic to it. The ingredient was pineapple. So after a few minutes of back and forth on Facebook and answering her questions, she said she would reach out to me next week and hopefully she'll place an order. she also was interested in the stress relief complex, which I told her that I take every day. I don't go through my weeks without it. So we'll see. That was actually something pretty big for me. I'm excited to see what happens. She also did what's called a health print, which is just 20 questions of what you can do to better increase your healthier lifestyle. And it's a 20 question survey. It is very, very detailed, and it really gets down into the heart of everything. And I love this health chat. I did it on myself. Since then, which was about 2 years ago. Hey, Paula, how are you? Long time no talk to. I've been seeing you've been following me a little bit, though, so I hope you're doing well. Um, I think I'll be home like September for Labor Day, so maybe we'll get to see you. But anyway, as I was saying, this person that contacted me did her own health chat, and I was very uplifted to see this happen because I didn't send it to her. I didn't invite her to take it. She found it. She filled it out, and hopefully she will start her own journey in her lifestyle, in a healthier lifestyle, a happier lifestyle. So, hey, Tommy, how are you, man? I know you had surgery not too long ago. I hope you're doing better, man. Tommy was a friend of mine that I met when I worked for WCS here in Andrews, and Tommy is one of the few men that I know of in this town that is a very nice, great man. He's very kind. He's always willing to help out. Kim, I'm kind of surprised to see you on. I would have figured you'd go up to school and get some things done. I know you've got a little bit to go before we start the school year tomorrow, which that is tomorrow. It's kind of hard to believe that the summer's over already. I am looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to meeting new teachers that have joined. I'm looking forward to learning where everybody has moved to. So very happy about that. But there's a lot of little things going on. You can see my backyard in the background there. I'm trying to take it back. What you see behind me is actually one giant Trump vine that I'm hoping we'll be able to get rid of here soon. On the other side of my computer is actually a bunch of bamboo. And for those of you that have never worked with bamboo, you will know that bamboo is incredibly hard to get rid of. About the only way to get rid of it is to actually dig up the roots. So when I replace that part of my fence, I'm hoping that we'll be able to dig out that bamboo. Let's see, what else? My son, Ryan, will actually be 3 months tomorrow. It's kind of hard to believe that 3 months has gone by already. He's already making us laugh. He smiles all the time. He finds different words funny. It is really just, hey friend, ready for school? Yes, Dana, I am ready for school. For those of you that don't know that are on this chat, I work year round, and as much as we love the break when the teachers leave, we are very happy when the teachers come back because it gives us a chance to see people and to do things out of the ordinary, as opposed to getting laptops and iPads ready, which is what we spend a lot of the summer doing. Don't get me wrong, I love it. It's a fun process, especially because it's become a lot easier, but it is always fun to see teachers come back. And some of the kids that recognize me throughout the school year, they recognize me through the summer. It is fun to see how much those kids have grown. So yes, I am ready for school, Dana. I'm ready for all of y'all to come back. Looking forward to seeing y'all at the breakfast tomorrow. And then I think we've got a meeting in the auditorium like usual, and then we're back at it. So you guys turn in those tickets. There's 4 of us that will get everything going for you. We've spent a lot of time over the summer. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Dana. That is so nice of you. Hey, Scarlett, how are you? Are you ready for the school year? Dana, how about you? Are you ready for school? I know you guys moved rooms this year. I've been in there a couple times to work with y'all's printer, so I hope that's working for you. Um, let's see, who else? Kim, Dana, Scarlett. Man, I hope you guys are ready for school. I know I am. I'm thrilled to have you guys be coming back tomorrow. Um, it'll be fun to see everybody's face and to know what you guys did over the summer. So, uh, Dana, thank you so much for that comment. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Y'all can't see this. Dana said that you're a lifesaver to me. Enjoy our visits. That really means a lot. Given what my history as a kid was growing up, it means a lot to know that somebody like that cares. Um, I want y'all to know that even if I'm not there every second of every day, you guys can always contact me. I'm always available. Uh, you're not 100% yet, but you're ready to see your babies. I bet you are. Dana, who do you have new this year? Do you have anybody new coming up from Devonian? I really don't know. I'm not sure who all is moving up. I know of a couple that are going on to the middle school, and Corey, my wife, she was moved to the life skills room this year, and so and we're moved back. I should say she was moved back to the life skills room, and so she she's getting some of your kids, Dana, that are moving up to the middle school. She's going to be working with them this year, and I know that she's excited about that. So, uh, what, Dana? You say you're not 100%. Are you 95 at least? Maybe at least in the 90s. Scarlett, how was your summer? Did you and your husband get to do anything fun this year? Um, Kim, I know what you've done this summer. You actually just got back from a cruise, and to be honest, I can't wait for our one in Christmas. That's going to be so much fun. I'm definitely getting used to that being a tradition. Um, I'll have one new one and lost two. Two of your kids moved on to. Oh, goody! I'm so glad she went back. Yeah, Corey was really excited about going back to that classroom. She actually had even told them that if she needed to be moved back there, that she'd be more than happy to. And so they asked her if she was serious about this and about that statement. And when she said yes, they didn't even hesitate. They just moved her back into the life skills room. So I know that she's ready for that one. Um, Mike Hagan, how are you, Mike? Um, I hope you and Joan are doing well. I just saw that you and my dad tried to get Alan to come to the school reopening. Is that what it was? I think, Mike. Uh, the high school that my dad went to. A good friend of his named Mike Hagan, and another one, Alan Hughes. They've all kept in touch, and it's funny because Alan actually added me as a friend thinking I was my dad. And when he realized that I wasn't my dad, he didn't drop me as a friend. So I actually am seeing that Alan and his family are on a cruise ship right now. I think one of his relatives, maybe his daughter, just posted day 5. Um, so I don't know, Mike, when your school reopening was, but if it's like any time right now, I'm pretty sure Alan's not going to make it. He looks good though. I don't know if you've seen his Facebook page recently, Mike, but Alan looks like he's doing really well. To me, Alan doesn't change. Now I know I didn't grow up with Alan, but ever since I met Alan Hughes, he's another man that I have found to be really nice and really kind. Hey, Jessica, I was wondering if you'd join tonight or not. Um, I know you're having a blast too, aren't you? How's your health and wellness lifestyle going? I try to keep up with you, but with a lot of friends on Facebook, it's hard to see everybody's posts. So, uh, but anyway, as I was saying, I know Mike a lot better than I know Alan, but it is fun to see when my dad and Alan and Mike all get in the same room because it reminds me a lot of how me, my good friend, my brother Joey, and my cousin Darren act when we're all in the same room. It's like we're all back in school. We cause so much trouble. Um, Jessica, how are your kids? Are you still driving a bus this year? Are you still there, Jess? Ryan, how are you, bud? I hope your family is doing well. Like I said, I try to keep up with all of you. Looks like I've lost a couple people here, but that's okay. Wow, 15 minutes. I think this is the longest video I've ever done. 15 minutes, nearly 16. Um, yeah, I'm usually watching people that do videos this long. Most of you that have seen my videos in the morning know that they're like maybe 30 seconds and I'm done. I don't do very long videos yet. Jessica, it's awesome. Down 125 pounds. That is awesome. Good for you, girl. I love life and in a new church loving life. Uh, Die hard bus driver. Okay, well, hey, Jess, just do me a favor. Okay, I know who you are. Don't drive like Sandra Bullock in Speed, okay? Hey, David Fraze. Wow, I'm actually kind of surprised that you just joined the conversation, bud. Hey, David, you know what? Actually, since you're on, I have a question for you. The young lady that you posted about, was it today, maybe yesterday? May I ask what happened? Connie, good evening, Connie. Long time. Not long time. I think I saw you about 2 months ago, but it feels like longer than that. But David, what happened with that young lady? Because I saw that she was in Kappa, but I don't really think I knew her. I think she was after I'd already graduated. So, um, if you don't mind, just let me know what happened. I'd appreciate it. My prayers definitely are with that family. I think there was a loss there. So, my prayers definitely with the family. I hope everything works out. David, if they need anything, if you need anything, if they need help in any way, please let us know. Corey and I will do everything we can to help you out. Okay. Connie, it feels like forever since you and I have talked. I hope you're doing well. How are your kids? I hope everybody is doing well there. And actually, you know what? It hasn't been 2 months, has it? We just saw Nicola. How are you? Nicola is a longtime friend of mine. I've known Nicola. Nicola, what's it been? 15 years? I think you and I have known each other about 15 years. Um, Man, it baffles me how time flies. Um, Golly. Nicola, how long have... Oh, Dana, you're back. I was wondering who left. But anyway, I really do love hearing from you guys. I want to keep this up. I think that these Let's Chat moments are going to be something, I hope, a blessing for all of you. Um, Jessica, we've been friends for over 10 years. Jessica, has it really been that long? When did we meet? Did we meet in '05? Trevor, how are you, buddy? So you and Gabby are on now. Okay. Yep, fall of '05 is when we met. Gotta go fix dinner. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Dana. Have a good one. Don't forget the breakfast, everybody. I think it's supposed to be there at 7:45, okay? So don't forget. We'll see you tomorrow. Lorelai Nash. Good evening, Miss Nash. I'm sorry, I can't call you Lorelai. It's Mrs. Nash. You and your husband have been such a positive influence on not just me, but a lot of kids that grew up in Katy. Those of you that are on this chat don't know that uh, Mrs. Nash, her husband, Mr. Nash, I can't call him by his first name either, was my elementary principal. And he doesn't have Facebook, so I've got to figure out what's up with him whenever his wife, Mrs. Nash, posts something. So I see that you guys are doing good. Y'all celebrated an anniversary recently, I think, didn't you? Jessica, you fall of '05. So yeah, Jessica, you and I have known each other for over 10 years. Um, Let's see, Trevor, what is going on, Coach? We didn't get a chance to hang out a whole lot over the summer, and now your coaching season is about to start all over again. So, um, you and I need to definitely hang out. Gabby too. I know you guys have been exceptionally busy. I hope that Gabby is doing well in her nursing. How far along is she, Trevor? Is she almost done? Is she about to be a full time nurse? Miss Schroeder, how are you? Good evening. I think Miss Schroeder is one of my Shackley friends. Honestly, I'm having a very hard time keeping everybody straight these days. Well, hi there. Glad you know Mr. Melvin. Oh, Mr. Nash does have a Facebook page. Okay, I will have to add him. I didn't think he did. That's why I look over your page, Mrs. Nash, to if see how things are going. I didn't. He's one of those that I would have never guessed had a Facebook page. To be honest with you, I don't know why. It seems weird. Uh, Say hi to your mom. I will say hi to my mom. Definitely, definitely. In fact, I was kind of hoping that she would join tonight, but I think they're actually out to dinner. Trevor, it's been pretty busy over here, but yeah, she should be finished in May of 18. Wow, so she's like right around the corner. That's awesome. And I know it's been busy for you, but I know you've got a lot going on. Trevor, I mentioned earlier, started a group called Andrew's Running Club, and um, but not only doing the running club, he's been going to Houston a lot for trainings and doing runs with his friends down there and seeing his family, and it's been crazy for him. So I hope that as we're getting ready to start the school year, that things might calm down for him a bit, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. Hi, Connie. All is well here. Thanks. I saw you and your family at Shauna's birthday. Hope all is well with y'all. Things are great, Connie. And you're right. It was Shauna's birthday, but I don't remember how long ago that was. um, but I know you're doing well. How is it your mom? I always want to call her. I always want to call her Pudge because that's how she was introduced to me. Um, but I hope she's doing well too. Let's see. I will definitely have to look up my old principal's Facebook page. That's just too funny. I've actually reconnected with a few friends just within the last couple weeks that I have known since elementary school, and we just kind of fell apart or fell away. I shouldn't say fell apart. We grew apart, and so we're reconnecting now, and that's been a lot of fun. He wants to know what you are doing these days. I will send Mr. Nash as soon as I'm done with this. I will send Mr. Nash um, a friend request. Okay, so if you guys are still listening, I actually have a funny story for you. There is a man in Katy. He actually holds a very big legacy in Katy as being one of the greatest coaches in Katy, Texas. His name is Mr. Well, I only know him as Mr. Griffin. Um, my cousin Darren and we caused so much trouble for Mr. Griffin just because we were young and stupid. And he ran into my mom, I think, like a month or two ago. And I don't know if it's a good thing that he still remembered me, but he did still remember me, and he did still remember my cousin. And when he asked what was going on with us, my mother told him that both of us were married and that I had a couple kids. And the only thing Mr. Griffin could say was, God help those women. I couldn't help but laugh. And we caused so much trouble. I know we didn't cause very much trouble for Mr. Nash, but yeah, as we got older, the more trouble we caused. And as it turns out, my sister, who is 3 years younger than me, actually didn't grow out of the McMillan reputation until she was a senior in high school. So, needless to say, Darren and I raised trouble like nobody's business. Lindsay, good evening, Lindsay. How are you doing? Um, I've been trying to follow your Facebook page. Honestly, I can't tell if you're back in the States or if you still live in Paris. I know at one point there was talk about you guys moving to Paris or moving back home, but I don't know if that actually happened. I hope that your family is doing well. I miss your family so much. Um, y'all were just really great friends to me and my sister growing up, and y'all were truly a blessing for us. So I hope that you guys are all doing well. Wow, I would have never. I'm sorry, Miss Nash, but that sentence still shocks me. Your husband said send a friend request. He wants to know what you're doing these days. That is just funny to me because I think Mr. Nash is one of the few principals that we had that Darren and I didn't cause trouble for, because we had so much respect for him. He was fun. He was one of the biggest memories that I have of going to elementary school were the fairs that they would put on. Were the fairs that Hutzel would put on like every year, and every year my mother volunteered to help. She did everything that she could, but I remember Mr. Nash being there and just having fun. Like, I mean, he was still a principal. Don't get me wrong, but you could just see him having a good time, and that's he is listening and laughing. Okay, well, good. Mr. Nash was we had a lot of respect for Mr. Nash, so that might be why we didn't cause so much trouble for him. But I will tell you this, Mr. Nash, by the time we got out of high school, Darren had actually joined or was part of a group called the TP Buddhas, and all they did was pull pranks on this other group that was in the high school. Having said that, no, I was not a part of them, but it's not that I wasn't willing to join if they had said something. Me and Darren caused so much trouble. I remember this one time I think we were freshmen, and we had this teacher named Mr. Garner. Mr. Garner did his absolute best to put up with Darren and I. And I will never forget this. There was one day, okay, so I was sitting on the left side of the classroom. Darren was like 3 seats over. And Darren and I had gotten the class wound up so much that Mr. Garner moved Darren to the front of the class just so we would be apart. And the next day, Darren sat back in his regular seat. When Mr. Garner came in, he goes, Darren, up front. Why, Mr. Garner? Because I moved you here yesterday. No, you didn't, Mr. Garner. You moved me back to the back. No, Darren. I moved you up front. Now get up here. Mr. Garner, don't you remember you moved me back here yesterday? Mr. Garner had said no one more time, and Darren looked him straight in the face. I kid you not. I said, Mr. Garner, is your Alzheimer's acting up again? Immediately, Darren covered his mouth, and he didn't say another word the rest of the class. Everybody in the class would have completely understood if Mr. Garner had given Darren detention, because he flat out deserved it. A few years later, after we had gotten out of high school, I saw Mr. Garner again, and I asked him what he was up to, if he was still teaching, and I asked him, why didn't you give Darren detention that day? Because all of us would have expected it. I mean, we would have not even argued with it that Darren deserved detention that day. Mr. Garner flat looked at me and he said the only reason Darren didn't get detention that day was because I could tell he didn't mean to say that. That was the only reason Darren missed detention that day. But I will tell you, Mr. Nash, that as good an influence as you were on Darren and I, yeah, it didn't stop us much. We got detention so many times, and we got in trouble so many times that it was just, there was no denying that if you were a McMillan, you were related to Darren and Steve McMillan, because we had that much of a reputation. We never did anything that landed us in jail. However, we wouldn't have faulted our uncle, Darren's dad, my uncle, Darren's dad, for arresting us just to scare us because he was a cop at the time. So we pushed that boundary to the breaking point, and it wasn't until we were out of high school that we stopped. But we darn near broke that line with as much trouble as we caused. So, Mr. Nash, you were a great influence, but there was just no hope for Darren and I. We caused so much trouble. Jason, how are you doing this evening, bud? I hope you and your family are doing well. Um, I've only got one person listening. That might just be you, Mrs. Nash, and I props for that. Thank you. That is a big encouragement. Haha, yeah. Mr. Nash, if you had seen Darren and I grow up through the years and see the trouble we caused, I'm pretty sure you'd be wondering how in the world we could find anybody to marry us. Because now Darren and I are both married. I have two kids. Darren, I think, is living in Sugarland, and he's like the head manager or something for Carinos. I don't really know. But we still cause trouble, just not not as a team like we used to. Uh, Mrs. Nash, what are you and your husband up to tonight? What are you guys doing? Oh, it's 7 o'clock. I've already been on for a half hour. That's kind of crazy. How is your mom? My mom is great. Um, I, has it been 2, 3 years now? I really don't know, but she got moved to the administration building, and I think she's the secretary for the director of communications. I think she's doing great though. Um, I want to say she's I want to say she's in her 26th year with the school. Bad at your bedtime. I want to say mom is like in her 26th year with the school district. I'm not real sure. Yes, in Katy. Yes, she is. Are you asking if mom's in Katy or if I'm in Katy? If you're asking for mom, yes, mom is up at the administration building in Katy, working for the director of communications. Both. No, I wish I were in Katy, but I actually live. I'm going to be honest with you. I live out in the desert. I am actually 8 hours away down I-10 in this little town called Andrews, Texas. To give you some idea of how small this town is, um, the entire population of Andrews, Texas, can fit in 4 high schools in Katy ISD. That is how small this town is. Um, to say that it's podunk would almost be an understatement. And it is hot as all get out. I am trying like the Dickens, though, to get back or as close to Katy as I possibly can. Um, I miss my family. I miss my friends. Trying like crazy to get out of here. But if there was one thing Mr. Nash taught me, it was discipline and respect and having a good moral compass. And to be honest with you, I cannot sell this house and move back home knowing the condition that this house is in. It's not horrible, don't get me wrong, but there are definite repairs that need to be done before I can um, ethically sell this house to anybody. So we're out here for now. I've got two wonderful little boys and a crazy dog. Um, my little one is, or my oldest, Logan, is about to start second grade. And my little boy Ryan is 3 months. But because Corey and I both work for the district here, the school year starts tomorrow for the teachers, and so I'll be taking Ryan to daycare that is provided by the school district, which is incredibly hard for me. I'm not ready to let this little boy go yet, um, but we do what we got to do, right? So I am not in Katy. I am trying to get back, but mom and dad are still in Katy. What are you teaching? Oddly enough, I am not a teacher. Um, I don't have the patience to teach kids. I am actually in their IT department, so all day I fix iPads, I work on printer issues. The whole district, like 99% of the district, is all Apple based. So it has been a great experience the last 3 years because I have got to learn so much on the Apple side of things, and I love every minute of it. Um, at one point, I was hoping to start my own computer business, but it's okay. You know, the school district has been really good to me and my family. Um, oh, thank you, Gabby. I don't know if you're saying that to to uh, make like, are you trying to just get points with your dad? um, which Gabby, since you're listening, I don't know if your dad is there with you or not, but your dad is definitely one of the best bosses I've ever had. Um, I've never had a boss that has had my back quite like Gabby's father. The poor guy has had to put up with a lot because of me, and no, Mr. Nash, it is not because of the trouble I've caused. Um, it is just essentially it's all politics. But Frank Lopez has definitely been one of the best bosses that I've had, and he has been there and he has helped me grow. He has taught me quite a bit. He is not here, but y'all are really honestly so good and caring. Thank you so much for that, Gabby. That means a lot because I have had jobs where it was an unwritten rule that if you're IT, you're hated. And this job has been one of those that has made me feel the complete opposite. I have loved working for the school district. Um, it has really been a blessing to be a part of this school district and that community. And it is, Mrs. Nash. It is great to have such a great boss. I truly have only had two in my career that have been this wonderful, and um, Frank Lopez is definitely one of them. Now, having said that, our director, um, Dennis, he is awesome as well. He's very fun. He colored me surprised when I found out that my director plays Pokemon Go. I can understand that for my 7-year-old and me, so that I could play with my 7-year-old. But I would have never guessed that from my director. Um, but we have definitely had our laughs. We've had good times. I really have enjoyed being a part of this school district. The only other job that I've had in my lifetime where I had as good a support team and as much fun was when I worked in Houston for a company called Nace International. My bosses there, they did the same thing. The team came first. And for those of you that work your typical job, like Mrs. Nash said, not everybody has a good boss. And she's absolutely right. And I've had my share of bad ones in the past, but the two jobs that I really felt good about and I felt comfortable about being me was the one here for the school district and the one for NACE. And you just, I know what I'm looking for in a boss, and I have found it a couple times now, and I've been very blessed about that. But Gabby's comment was, y'all are really, honestly, so good and caring, and that really does mean a lot because that's what we try to be. We'll be back on in a few minutes if you are still here. Well, I'm not really planning on going anywhere for about 20 minutes or so. Um, I want to do these chats. I want to connect with people, and if y'all have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm going to start doing these on a weekly basis. And now that I'm sitting out here on a beautiful Sunday evening, Sunday might be the day that I just come and sit and chat with y'all about anything and everything for the most part. Um, Coincidentally, I used to tell people that I used to, excuse me, I have a very similar line. When I tell y'all that, oh, have a blessed night, dear. God bless. You too, Miss Nash. Thank you. Good night, you guys. Mr. Nash, good night. I hope that when you see what I'm doing in life, that you can be proud because you did play a big influence. So y'all have a great night. Take care. God bless you. Um, so anyway, um, I have this line that I tell people that I will watch just about every movie, any movie once, just to say that I've seen it. The line used to be, I will watch any movie once just to say I've seen it. Well, gotta run into Thriftway and get some spaghetti sauce. You know what? I would spare some for you, Gabby, if I could, but I think we've got like 2 or 3 jars of spaghetti sauce. But y'all go on ahead. I'll be here for a few minutes. Um, uh, Logan, oddly enough, Logan has made me the official spaghetti cooker in the house. So whenever we have spaghetti, actually I made it today for lunch, and Corey told me, she goes, "Hey, so do you think you could cook spaghetti once a week?" And I said, "Sure." She goes, "I wouldn't mind a night off," which uh, props to moms out there, especially single moms that know what how crazy life can be um, on a day to day. So props to single moms too. Um, but uh, Corey is definitely a trooper, for lack of a better word. That really doesn't encompass everything though, because she has been such a big blessing to me and to my family. And so yeah. But anyway, kind of changed subjects there, and I think I've done that a couple times now, just randomly. I think me and Corey do that a lot more now than we used to. Um, but anyway, let's see. I told Mrs. Nash that I would send my old principal, Mr. Nash, a friend request, and oddly enough, it just now dawned on me that I could use Facebook on my phone while I'm live here. Uh, so let me see. I know that his first name is Melvin, but I'm not gonna lie. It just feels weird to call him that. Um, request and then add friend. So hey, add friend. There we go. Okay, so Mr. Nash, if you watch this later, I did send the friend request. Jessica laughed at my video. Yeah, by the way, just so y'all know, um, I'm not real sure who's on right now, but I can't see how you react to my video unless it's on my phone. So, uh, I, you know what? Really, truly, I don't know what else is going on. Y'all have any questions? Please feel free to ask. I will answer just about any question, no matter what almost no matter what the topic. Please keep it clean. Okay, as I was saying a minute ago, I used to tell everybody that I would watch any movie once just to say that I've seen it. And then people start asking me about titles that were definitely inappropriate and not something that I would ever watch. And so I found myself in a big trap saying that I would watch anything just to say I've seen it. So now I tell people I will watch just about anything once just to say I've seen it. So be careful with what you say. My father used to tell me all the time that words have meanings, and if you're going to ask something, you better be seeing what you mean. You better be saying what you mean, because you might not get the answer that you think you will. Oh, mosquitoes are starting to come out. With as hot as it is, you would think I wouldn't have any mosquitoes, but it's very humid today too. So mosquitoes are definitely out. This is one thing about the winter that I love, is because all the bugs just go away. Um, but anyway, I don't. It doesn't look like anybody's on now, but I will definitely hang on for a few minutes. I know Gabby said that they were going to run into Thriftway real quick. Um, Pardon me for drinking so much, but it is hot out here. So um, I'm actually almost done with that glass. It's like a 32-ounce glass of water, and I'm about to need a refill. So, but anyway, I'm really kind of surprised that my buddy Mario's not on right now. After the comment that he made on my profile earlier, I kind of would have expected him to be here. Um, but anyway, he made a comment earlier that I'm not going to repeat. And knowing Mario, I know that he was just messing around. But I did delete the comment like I told everybody I would. But having said that, he also wrote in there something very encouraging about these chats being something interesting and something that uh, he might want to join in on. And so I was kind of surprised that he's not on yet. Um, but we'll just have to see. I'm going to give a few more minutes. I know Corey was getting ready to start dinner, so I might be ending this a little sooner than an hour than I thought I would be. But um, all of a sudden, I really don't know what to talk about. I'm in complete silence, and quite possibly even talking to myself. So, somebody please say something. I know I'm crazy, but I was hoping I wasn't so crazy that I'm talking to myself all the time now. Uh, Although it's possible that I am. It's funny the things that I see on Facebook on nearly a daily basis. Oh, there go the dogs. Feeling exploited and outcast today. That kind of stinks. Okay, so just random topic. Um, there is part of the reason that I started these Let's Chat and that I said, let's keep it clean, let's lift people up is because you don't hear a lot of positive things anymore. And if one of the things um, one of the reasons that I started this Let's Chat was because I wanted to bring something positive and friendly and encouraging to the world. And so, as we continue on these chats, y'all please just tell me anything good, anything encouraging that I can pass on to other people, because there just simply is not enough positivity in the world today. Everybody is me, 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 and you hurt my feelings, so I'm going to do this, and da da da. Get over yourself, okay? Bring something positive to the world. There's a saying out there that I always used to think was pretty cheesy called "Don't be," what is it? Don't be a problem creator, be a problem solver, or something like that. I don't know. I forget what it is, but I understand it now. Essentially, hey, Will, what is going on, bud? How are you? Um, I saw your comment about not getting yearbooks the other day, and um, if you really want to live through those pictures, bud, I've got every yearbook since that one. I'd be happy to take a picture and send it to you. Um, what is it about high school that no matter what, things are just weird. You look weird, you act weird. You're either goofy, silly, you're a punk, whatever. But high school is just weird. If you want to relive all those moments, Will, I will be happy to send you a copy of your yearbook picture because I've got every yearbook since that one. I've got all the ones from Katy Junior High. I've got all the ones from Katy High School. You let me know, bud, and I will send you those goofy pictures. Um, yeah, I've got no problems with that at all. I posted one. Will, I don't know if you're friends with my cousin Darren or not, but I posted one to his timeline the other day of Darren in fifth grade. Um, it really, surely he hasn't changed much, but man, he sure looked goofy too. Go check it out. His Facebook page is called Darren McMillionaire. Um, I don't know. I don't know why he went by that. Excuse me. I don't know why he went by that, other than the fact that um, growing up and even today, people can't get our names right. It's McMillan. It's not Macmillan. It's not McMillion. It's not McMillan spelled with an IEN or IN. It's just McMillan. Not hard, but it doesn't change the fact that people get our names wrong all the time. So Darren, I think, went with that and calls himself Darren McMillionaire. Go check it out. I know he just got married. I know him and his wife are doing great. Um, Will, I don't know. Do you remember Courtney Mansell? You still out there, Will? I think you are. Um, Courtney's mom was one of the PE coaches. Yeah, you're okay. So looking through looking through that yearbook, I came across Courtney's picture too, and I added her as a friend, and I shared her picture with her, and her only reply was, "Oh man, back in the time when I didn't know what to do with my hair." Really? Of all the things you could have said in response to seeing your fifth grade yearbook picture, you had to say that. I couldn't help but laugh, dude. And then it's like 9 o'clock, 9:30, something like that, and she tells me that she's got to go put herself to bed. What is it about growing older that you actually start to miss the naps that your parents forced you to take when you were a little kid? Man, I'm like begging for them by like 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Allison, there's another good friend from the past too. How are you doing? Man, so many people that I hear from. Allison, are you still there? Oh man, I hope she's doing good. I just recently saw one of her Facebook posts, and it looked like she was on vacation with her family. It looks like she's doing great too. I love seeing all my friends, all of us that have grown up and met each other at other times, just living life and having fun. Mallory Thompson, good evening to you. Are you ready to come back to school? Yes, doing good. That's great to hear. Oh, I love that you're doing great. Um, Mallory, if you're still there, are you ready for school to start tomorrow? I don't know if she's on yet or not. Maybe not. Allison, it may just be you that's on here now. But I saw your post. Where did you and your family go? It looked like y'all were at the beach or something, but I could be wrong about that. Who's on the line? See, it's the only thing. I can see that somebody's watching, but I don't know who it is. It might be Will. Will, how, you had a brother, right? Or you have a brother? How's he doing? I'm asking y'all questions to try and figure out who's watching. Can't tell. Whoever it is, hi, how are you? um, but anyway, coming across, it's still me. Yes, Jimmy's good. Okay, this might be a bad question to ask. How's your dad? Don't hate me for asking that question either, because I think I know the answer. Your dad's doing good too. Oh, thank goodness, dude. Like, you have no idea. Okay, your dad. Like, the only thing I really remember about your dad was the type of bus driver that he was. Retired last year. Retired from what? See, I only know him as a bus driver, dude. Did he retire from being a bus driver? Oh, oh, maybe you're typing. Well, your brother Jimmy. Okay, see, he was in charge of S Transportation Center. What does the S stand for, bud? He was in charge of S Transportation Center. Okay, so it does stand for South. Okay, what is South Transportation Center? Were they like a were they a bus company? Was that I mean, like I said, dude, all I ever knew of your dad was that he was our bus driver for a while. And even that wasn't full time, I don't think. He was in charge of South Transportation Center. That's pretty cool though. I mean, whatever he was responsible for, your dad was a pretty cool guy. Um, I think Darren and I caused trouble for him too. It didn't stop. Darren and I caused trouble for everybody. Uh, um, you have East and West when we were in school, and then they opened up a South Center after that. Okay, okay. See, I was wondering because I remember your dad being a bus driver a lot, and I don't know if he actually worked for transportation or if he was just a substitute bus driver. Um, but your dad was one of the coolest ones that I had. Um, like I said, it didn't stop Darren and I from causing trouble for him. We I remember. I think it was your dad. I think. Could be wrong. I think it was your dad. Like we actually got your dad mad enough to yell at Darren and I and actually separate us on the bus. I think it was your dad. And that actually says something because I don't remember your dad getting mad a lot. Like your dad was pretty laid back. So for Darren and I to cause enough trouble to get your dad mad, that said something. Huh. What so where is your dad? Is he still in Katy? And what about your brother? Oh, you left. All right. Well, maybe he'll come back. Um, I think. Will, did you come back? I think you did. Where is your dad living now? And what about your brother Jimmy? What's he up to? I think Will's typing. You know, I have to remember sometimes that nobody types, or not a lot of people I know type as fast as I do. Your dad is still in Katy. Cool. And what about your brother? And for that matter, what about you? You better not have retired from anything, dude. You're my age. Sarah, how are you doing, sweetheart? Oh man, it is good to see you online tonight. How is your journey going? You're on your own health and wellness journey too, aren't you? I've been trying to follow your status. Um, Running out of battery, brother. Doing good. I'm doing good in a different state every week right now. I'm in Michigan. Life is good. All right, you're running out of battery, Will. So when you whatever you're on, I think it's probably your phone. When you charge it, let me know what you're doing in Michigan, okay? You said you're in a different state every week. What are you doing, bud? I might want to come join you. You take care for now, though, okay? Try not to give too many of them Yanks trouble, all right? Um, they don't like it when we uh, change the balance of natural life. I think you could say. I do big engines. I'm up here working at a nuclear power plant, dude. Let me know when you're in Texas, man. Um, I've got one. Well, it's not a nuclear power plant, but I've got a big low-level radioactive waste disposal site 30 minutes from my house. Come mess up with their stuff. All right, come to Andrews. Come, we'll hang out. All right. Um, I don't really drink, but there is a drive-through beer place here in town. So if you want a beer, I'll go get some or something. Okay. But come on, come visit me out here in the desert, Podunk, USA. Uh, um, dude, that is awesome. I do big engines. I'm up here working at a nuclear power plant. Man, I can only imagine what you're doing. Uh, WCS, the company I used to work for here in town, they're the low level radioactive waste place, and some of the stuff that they did, like I have such a huge understanding of radiation now, a lot more than I did before I worked there. And I'll tell you what, it amazes me that the people that don't have the knowledge that I have, it amazes me how freaked out they get about radiation. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, but you're carrying low level radiation in your pocket. You have quarters, right? Just saying. Um, you use a microwave. I'm just saying. Come on now, think, people. Um, but uh, anyway, wow, I've been on for an hour. Um, dude, well, if you're running out of battery power, just hang up. Go charge your phone. Um, Charging your phone and being ready at a moment's notice for work is way more important than listening to my goofy butt talk. Um, all right, bud, just go charge your phone. It's fine. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. um, Actually, Corey was about to start dinner, so I might be getting off here soon anyway. Um, but anyway, I'm gonna do another one of these tonight. Um, I have mentioned before that I do have my own business in health and wellness. It is something that I am very passionate about, and it took me 2 years to really understand why it mattered so much to me and to other people about the type of information that you have. But um, it has taught me a lot. So I'm going to try and do another chat tonight, hopefully inside where there are no more mosquitoes. And so if you guys want to hear more and you want to talk about health and wellness, um, come find my group. It's actually called Macmillan Wellness. It's right here on Facebook. I'm also on, what am I on? I'm on Twitter. I'm on Tumblr. I'm on Instagram. And now, as of last week, I'm on YouTube. So you guys come check me out. If you have any questions, let me know. I think I'm going to sign off for now and go hang out with my family. You all take care. You guys are awesome. You're fantastic. Thank you for joining me so much tonight. I can't wait to do this again next week. You guys take care. Everybody, God bless.